Hello there, and thank you very much for joining us today in this new Azure Portal How-To video. Today we learn how to get started easily with Azure using Azure Quick Start Center. And for that, we have Aisha Gafar, who's going to show us how to do that. So thank you very much for joining us today, Aisha.
Thank you so much for having me. Hi, everyone. My name is Aisha, and I'm the product owner of the Azure Quick Start Center. For those of you that are new to Azure or are just getting started, the Azure Quick Start Center is a tool in the Azure portal to help you find the right services for you to get started in Azure with confidence. A little over a year ago, we made the Quick Start Center generally available, and it offers you three main ways to get started. So how do I find the Quick Start Center? I can see it in my useful links down here, but I think the most helpful way is just to type it into the search. So I'm just going to type in quick, and you can see that there's a little icon, rocket icon. So here I am in the Quick Start Center, and as you can see, there are three main ways to get started. First, I can choose from some of these popular scenarios in order to start my first project. I can look through some of these guides that help me to understand how to set up my Azure environment, how to migrate to the cloud from my on-premise environment, or how to drive innovation in my cloud-first applications. I can also take an online course if I want to learn more about some of the Azure fundamental concepts. But today I'm going to walk you through how to find the right service for you in order to start your first project. So as you can see, I have a couple of different scenarios that I can choose from. I can create a web app, deploy a virtual machine, start a data analytics project, or I can back up some of my data. But what I want to do is create a web app. So I'm going to click here. And as you can see, there are a couple of different ways that I can get started to create a web app in Azure. Azure offers a couple of different services. So I can use Azure Web Apps, a container-based web apps, I can do it through DevOps, or I can even create a serverless web app through Azure Functions. To learn the differences between these, I click on the card where I can learn more, and I can understand what is this in the first place? Why would I want to use it? How does this web app connect to other services in Azure through this reference architecture diagram? What are some of the prerequisites that I might need? And see about pricing. And I can see here that I can create 10 web apps for free with my Azure free account. So I feel pretty comfortable with this, so I'm going to click on create. So now I've landed on the create form for the web app, and I just need to fill out a few key details before I can create my web app resource. So I just need to fill out the subscription, resource group, or I can create a new one, the name of my web app, pick my runtime stack, and my operating system, as well as my region. And I just click review and create, and there I'm on my way to creating my first project in Azure. So if I want to get back to the Azure home, I can just click here in the top. It returns me to home, and as you can see, because I recently accessed Quick Start Center, it's going to show up in my Azure services. So whenever you click on a resource in Azure or service in Azure, it's going to show up in your recent Azure services up here, which makes it really easy to find and come back to. So I can go on and create my second project in Azure.
Thank you very much, Aisha, for showing us this. Super simple, a very easy way to get started with Azure. Please try it in your Azure environment and let us know what you think. What would you like to see? What would you like us to add? Leave us a comment in the comment section, follow us on Twitter, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching.